So I caved, and I bought a VR headset. And boy oh boy, I have learned many new things. One of those is that your second VR experience should definitely not be Boneworks. Now, why would I say this? Let's get into it and find out. Boneworks is a VR exclusive title that launched, and all the gaming YouTubers that covered it were so excited about it for one episode, and then they never uploaded again. I don't know why. With its realistic physics and collision, creating a VR experience not really accessible before. So when this game came out almost a year ago, I watched some videos and decided it would be a must-buy once I got my headset. And that finally happened. Now, as soon as I started playing this game, there was a little warning that said, for expert VR users only, and I just assumed that it was flavor text. It wasn't. My dumbass, who gets motion sick from being a passenger in a car, didn't expect to get motion sick, and boy oh boy, without being able to teleport in this game, my ass was sufficiently kicked. And this game still does kick my ass. Through playing this game day by day and getting used to the world of VR, the motion sickness isn't as severe as my first play session, leaving me bedbound for a few hours. I still experience motion sickness, but with the power of breaks, once I start to feel sick or my eyes hurt and some good old ginger ale, I was able to beat this fucking game. The story of this game doesn't really take center stage. Anytime there is exposition, the game either lets you skip the video playing in front of you or a cutscene, or you can just walk past the character talking to you from outside or inside the VR system. The game takes place in MythOS, a virtual operating system developed by Monogon's artificial intelligence, the Voidmind AI. The player takes control of Arthur Ford, the security director for Monogon, and he is sent into MythOS to find out why the system clock has stopped. Hayes tips off Ford to void leaks and a bug that could expose the Voidway. Ford takes advantage of this and, using equipment obtained from Gammon, makes his way to the clock tower where he is able to access the Void. Now, I admit that I did kind of skip over the story since I really just wanted to play the game, and now that I've beaten it, I do want to go back and pay attention this time. I mean, the gameplay is good enough for me not to mind at all. Now the gameplay. This is where the game shines. This game set out to be one of the most immersive VR experiences on the market, and I'd say that it passes with flying colors. Playing this with headphones could suck you in for hours. You know, sans motion sickness. Now, what actually is this game? It essentially is a really in-depth physics demonstration for VR. The computing power required to run this game is pretty high. I even got frame drops on my rig, which didn't help with motion sickness at all. Mainly lighting effects or intense physical demonstrations caused this. Anyway, the game focuses on exploring, solving puzzles, and combat, with combat being the part of the game I loved the most. Melee seemed kind of off. To me. But that might just be the, whole limitation we have in current VR. Since the feedback you actually get is only the haptics in the controller, I don't know how long until you can get super satisfying, realistic melee combat in a VR title, since, hitting something doesn't actually stop your hand. I don't think that would happen until something like Full Dive VR from SAO ever becomes a thing. Now, gunplay really enchanted me. As someone who isn't really a gun nut but loves shooting guns, this was perfect for me. Now, obviously you can't really get realistic recoil, but the fact that I have to actually aim the guns realistically in order to hit my shots was very different in terms of a video game experience. And I know this isn't exclusive to Boneworks, it's more of a general VR exclusivity, but experiencing it for the first time was no doubt wonderful. Now, the actual puzzle solving and physics engine of the game were impressive, but also jarring. On the one hand, you have shit that makes you just go, awesome! Like using gravity cups to climb the final structure of the game. On the other hand, you have falling off of said structure. The headache I get from falling in this game, or using the zero gravity feature, is just unexplainable. It just hits me instantly, and stays for a good 20 minutes, and I'm down for the count. Also, getting your hand stuck on an object that you can't see fucks with me big time. In other VR games, your hands don't have collision, so this game is one of the few outliers that really messes with me. Now again, I fully enjoyed experiencing the story and arena mode that this game offers, and going back through and unlocking everything I missed will most certainly not feel like getting all the fucking blue coins in Mario Sunshine. Just that some of the physics jank that's present really does fuck with my brain. The controls obviously will vary based entirely on your VR headset and controllers. Since I use the Oculus Quest 2, I use Oculus Link in order to play the game, so I was basically emulating an Oculus Rift. That's a lot of Oculus in a short amount of time. That being said, my experience headset-wise was almost perfect. I just need Oculus to enable the 90 Hz over the link cable, and we'll be good. The controllers were definitely more than enough for the job, and while I feel the haptic strength should be stronger, the only issue I really had was grabbing some ammo off of my waist. But since I mainly play the game sitting down in a narrow space, I feel like this had more to do with it than the actual hardware I was using. Now, it's no Valve Index with the individual finger support, which I wanted so fucking bad, but my wallet says no. Graphics are strange for VR games, I have found. On my monitor, it looks fucking glorious, amazing. But on my headset, it runs at the resolution of the original Quest, or at least I believe it does. Hey Facebook, update your shit to support your replacement for your PC-driven headsets. That's how you market it. Now support it. Bunch of cunts. Now, despite the lower resolution, I was able to reduce the compression due to a new update in the Oculus software, and with faraway locations looking a million times better, my eyes were very happy, until I got hit with good old motion sickness. God, I'm a bitch, aren't I? If I had to actually describe the graphics, though, I would say it looks like how you remember Half-Life 2 graphics. Now, while I've never played Half-Life 2, Gmod, as you all probably know, uses the same engine, and, going back really shows its age. But that's the actual way I feel about these graphics, and I wonder if anyone else understands what I mean. Now, music. Oh boy, this music just screams dystopia. It gives me Half-Life vibes, and again, I've never played Half-Life.
Now, I am not going to turn into Matthew and play all of the songs in the game. You can hear them under my voiceover.
And yes, I will put a timestamp to skip playing through interesting tracks that I enjoy and would like to give some more exposure to. Fucking James. Then again, that would imply that if I could give it exposure that were popular. So maybe you're onto something. If you have the ability to play VR in any capacity, play Boneworks. Comfortably, that is. If you get sick, then don't force yourself to play it. Nothing is worth that. Boneworks is an experience that I didn't know how much I really needed until I played it. It proved to me that VR has a very bright future, and with Facebook bringing higher-end VR at affordable prices, plus your data, of course, more and more people will be able to experience this wonderful game and the many, many innovative titles surely to come after this. Now I guess I have to play the AAA VR experience, Half-Life Alyx. Link to McGee's review will be at the end of the video, and my VR checklist will be complete. For now, that is. Thank you all for watching today's That Game Review show here on Internet Nobodies. 2020 is a very shitty year, both for the channel and literally anyone alive. But with our sub count slowly growing, I'm hoping for steady growth into 2021. Thank all of you guys for any support you've given to the channel, and James will see you next week with whatever he's got cooking in that beautiful beard of his.